Hi, good afternoon, Pinecrest founding families. This is Principal Jamie Curtis, and we are here to talk to you today about our opening plan for this fall 2020. I'm joined with our Assistant Principal, Casey Smith.
Good afternoon, Pinecrest families.
And our Student Behavior and Parent Engagement Specialist, Carol Davis.
Hey, Finding Families.
So we are going to talk to you today about our plan for the fall and hopefully answer some of the questions that you have about what school will look like this August. We're going to go over an overview of our plan. We're going to show you what the calendar will look like, talk about the schedule, what hybrid learning looks like, talk about the options that our amazing partners in the Boys and Girls Club have to offer our founding families, and look at a couple of sample schedules for what the student day will look like. We're going to address health and safety. We'll talk about building procedures and cleaning, and of course, academics and curriculum this fall. Thank you for joining us. We understand the uncertainty that accompanies school reopening is stressful and unsettling. Your Pinecrest leadership team remains committed to 3 guiding principles as we navigate this journey alongside you. Number 1, the health and safety of our students, staff, and families is of the utmost importance. Number 2, our students deserve a rigorous and relevant education that produces measurable academic growth. And number 3, our students' experience at school will shape their view of education for the rest of their lives. And it's over these 3 guiding principles that we have put work into this plan and have thought about these different aspects of school opening this fall. In terms of what you can expect for the calendar and schedule, we have put together a model that allows for hybrid instruction on our campus. So what this means is that students will participate in one of 2 cohorts, either the blue cohort on campus Mondays and Tuesdays and participate in remote learning on Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, or the gold cohort, which is on campus Thursdays and Fridays and participates in remote online learning Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. We've also created the option for a 3rd cohort option, which would be the full-time remote online instruction. The calendar for the first quarter of the year is going to look like this. The blue cohort will attend school on the days outlined in blue, while remote online instruction will happen on the days normally outlined in gold. The first 5 Wednesdays leading up to fall break are white because we have asked the state for those to be our additional days reserved for professional development for our staff. We want to give you an introduction to what hybrid learning looks like and what you can expect from hybrid learning at Pinecrest. So we'll talk about the curriculum, what the structure looks like, and what kind of support we have to offer you and your students in this journey. So our curriculum has been designed and chosen knowing that we need to have a responsive plan that's also available online so that we can support hybrid learning. And if ever there is a need to switch to full remote instruction, all of our curriculum is a seamless transition for our students. For ELA, grades kindergarten through 5 will utilize the Reading Wonders program by McGraw-Hill. Grades 6 and 7 will have the College Board program called Springboard. And all of our students in K through 7 will participate in the iReady program, which is online for their ELA support for reading, and in grades 2 through 5 for writing as well. Our students in math in grades kindergarten through 5 will have Ready Math as their core math curriculum program, and they'll have the supplemental online-based program ST Math. Grades 6 through 7 will utilize the Springboard program by the College Board for their core math curriculum, including access to Algebra 1 for grades 7. And grades K through 7 will have access to and utilize the iReady program by Curriculum Associates. For our science and STEAM curriculum, we will be utilizing STEM scopes. So we have really put a lot of thought into what all of these different programs offer, how our teachers can utilize them both in the classroom and the capacity that our students have to access all of these programs remotely. So what will the structure look like? So we want to make this as easy as possible. We completely understand that this return to school model isn't what all of us probably want or anticipate or had envisioned. But we want to share with you why we're going with this hybrid model and how we're going to work with you to hopefully make this option the most feasible and best option for your students' learning. In each household, the students will necessarily be assigned to the same cohort. I've had a couple families reach out asking for, can students in the same household be in different cohorts? And yes, they can. We will send a survey home, and that can be indicated in the others comment section on the survey or the preference form. Remote online instruction will be available synchronously and asynchronously. So what this means is that your student has the option in their daily schedule to remote online live into their classroom via Zoom and participate and engage with their teacher and their classmates, both live, or if that live session time doesn't work for families, those lessons will be recorded and available to view later in the teacher's Google Classrooms. Again, Wednesdays from August 26th through September 30th will be full professional development days for our teachers, so there's no class for students on those days. We'll use this time to educate our teachers on the different strategies for online learning, how we can better support our students and families, and just generally update on what we're doing to mitigate the spread of COVID and ensure that the processes that we've put in place are the most feasible and working well for our campus. But here's the really good news. We are partnering with the Boys and Girls Club to provide remote learning supervision on campus. So what this means is for students who would participate in the blue cohort, they would have the option through our partnership with the Boys and Girls Club to have the Boys and Girls Club deliver supervision for their remote learning, but on our campus. We're very excited, and Mr. Smith is going to talk to you more about our partnership and what that looks like in just a minute. And I'd like to ask Mrs. Davis to talk to us about our commitment to our families. Mrs. Davis, you're muted.
Thank you. Technology.
Keeping it real around here.
Technology. Well, the good news is, as we're moving forward, I want to let you know that we are, as we navigate through, that you're not alone. And obviously we can see with technology that we want to make sure that we're offering and providing all the assistance that will be needed to move through our cohorts and our remote learning opportunities. We will provide study support strategies for remote learning. We will provide rich academic content via remote live instruction, Zoom in the classroom. We will provide access to devices to support remote learning based on information from our parent surveys. We will provide student support for social emotional needs on campus and remotely. Unique community of families with campus support projects. Flexible instructional plan that will allow us to transition to phase 1 or phase 3 on campus support for our students. Many opportunities for remote participation to maintain campus connection and partnership with our incredible PTO.
Thank you so much. We're so excited about just the different projects that you have in place already, thinking about how to support our families, how to give our parents foundational information about what a solid remote learning environment at home looks like. So thank you so much. We are truly committed to our families, to our students, to thinking about the whole child experience and every way that we can help meet those needs. So now this has been the topic since the board meeting last night. Everyone is so excited about our partnership with the Boys and Girls Club, and Mr. Smith is going to share with us information that you want to know about how to get in on this partnership with the Boys and Girls Club. So take it away, Mr. Smith.
All right, thank you, Principal Curtis. So as Principal Curtis said at the beginning of our presentation, we are truly blessed to have this partnership with the Boys and Girls Club. So very briefly, I'm going to go over with how you're going to register if you choose to do so, the pricing and financial aid availabilities, and the program info for the hours and the schedule. So for the Boys and Girls Club registration, our before school care begins at 7 a.m. and then the after school care is the last bell until 6 p.m. And that depends on whether you're lower school or upper school, depending on the release date. And possibly, as it states, later if needed. So if it's past 6, the Boys and Girls Club will be available for that after school care. So probably the most important piece right here is the registration. So if you go online to the website bgctm.org and click on Become a Member and get your child registered, you'll have to watch an orientation video, which is approximately 30 minutes. And once you're finished with that, you want to complete and submit the application. And step 2, after you do this, go to the site that your child will be attending and check in with the site coordinator. It is a $20 annual membership that is required each year. Obviously, liability waivers will need to be signed at the site in order to get your account set up and approved. And this must be done during the Boys and Girls Club programming hours as listed above. And you can locate all of this. And this is all located at Pinecrest Academy. So this will be on site at our facility. And so if you're curious about pricing, the membership fee, if you choose to choose that, it is $20 annually, which is required each year. If you choose to do the daily rate, before care is $3 per day. After school care is $5. And if you choose the full day, it's $8, but this full day includes before and after school program care and all Wednesday on-site distance learning supervision. So that's a very, very fabulous offer. For a full week, you can do a $40 weekly rate, which also includes before and after school program care and all day, and again, all day Wednesday and on-site distance learning supervision.
Yeah, and I want to clarify that distance learning supervision will happen on the cohort time when your student would normally be on an off-campus cohort. So this is supervision on-site by the Boys and Girls Club for the time that your student would normally be off-site. So for those families that work full-time, have 2 parents working and need full-time care for your students, this is a way that your students are still on campus full-time, and they have the before and after care times. And they have Boys and Girls Club staff who's trained and who'll be working with our school team to provide dynamic instructional support while students participate in remote learning.
So lastly, if you financial aid, if you need financial aid funding, we have available funding through the Children's Cabinet. Just be sure to check with the Boys and Girls Club with a coordinator if you're interested. Fill out the financial aid packet. You'll need a copy of ID, 5 pay stubs, etc., and proof of employment. Once this is all submitted and calculated, please plan accordingly based on the outcome of what they tell you. And sibling discounts are available as well. And just be sure to speak with your on-site coordinator for more information regarding that. And lastly, if you need, here's the information to contact our coordinators, Michelle Worley and Gary Durant, and their email is right there. It's pinecrest@bgctm.org, and their phone number is 775-360-2406.
All right, Mr. Smith, thank you so much. I know many families are probably already calling that number or logging onto the website, sending emails, because this option really is, we're so grateful for their partnership. We're thankful that we have the capacity on campus to offer this. And you can find out more information on the family FAQ sheet that will be attached to this presentation. We want to talk to you, of course, about health and safety. As we mentioned in our guiding principles, we are all in this together. What it'll look like on our campus this year is we have an on-site school nurse, a CNA who's with us full-time. We will have students participate in health screenings and wellness checks every day. We have a remote online app to do that with. It's very easy to use, super easy to manage, and helps us really make sure that all of our students are well and healthy, and gives us the opportunity to check in with any families who need additional support. Part of the education piece that our school nurse will be doing is working with our staff, not just to educate us on COVID-19, on spread and prevention and the things that we can do to keep our building clean and keep our students safe, but also in the student education piece. And so our school nurse will be working with our teaching team to give our teachers the capacity to teach our students about proper hand and respiratory hygiene, which is of the utmost importance as we bring people back into our buildings, or in our case, into our building for the first time. We want to make sure we're doing everything. And we really take a student-centered approach to this. So we want our students to have knowledge and direction and the capacity to participate in this process. When thinking about our campus, we have really followed the guidelines in terms of what is laid out, which includes a 50% capacity use in all of our classrooms and campus spaces. So we have a capacity map of every room in our campus, and we will not use those spaces over 50% capacity. And that's why we have this cohort model in place, so that we bring 50% of our classes in for those 2 days of instruction, and the other half of class on the other 2 days, so that we limit the number of people, so we limit exposure, and we help do our part in keeping our students healthy and safe. Another aspect that we are looking at is individual student supply use. So if you have gotten the student supply list, you've already started working on that, know that those supplies are designed for your students to use and your students only. There are very few things that will be shared in the classroom. And the teachers will be working with the students to set up processes that make sense for the students and allow them to have ownership over their own supplies and the capacity to use those supplies throughout campus in their special classes and things like that. We will be installing hand sanitizing machines throughout campus. Think of a foam in, foam out type of thing, if you will, on the outside of each classroom, so that our students have access to additional hand sanitizing methods all over campus and throughout the day. We're also very excited about our partnership with Hazel Health, and Hazel Health offers telehealth services for our students both at home and on campus, and more information about opting into Hazel Health and what that looks like will be coming out and attached to this email. Our signage around campus, we're very focused on making sure that our signage is student friendly. Carol's put a lot of work into making sure that the design of those things and the verbiage all help spread a positive message for our students, while not only considering educating them about social distancing measures and respiratory hygiene and hand hygiene and things like that, but that we also are very adamant and very concerned about the message that we send to have an embracing school community that is very kind and caring, and that really presents an open arms message for our students, that they feel like this is a school and this is a campus, and as much as we can, those messages are loud and clear that they are Pinecrest Rams and we're a family and we're all in this together. We'll also utilize a silent dismissal system. So what this means is at the end of the day, students will remain in their classroom. Parents will have an app on their phone, and when you arrive on campus, the system will let your student's teacher know via a projected app screen in class that you've arrived, and your student will get to leave the classroom and head down to the car line for pickup. So this helps us eliminate the need to have many students congregating, as part of the guidance is that we should not have over 50 people congregating in one place. And so this silent dismissal system allows us to navigate our end of day dismissal in a way that meets all of the current guidance. We will also utilize the hot lunch program, or the school lunch program, in a little bit different way this year with individual serving portions. So families who participate in the National School Lunch Program will have lunch delivered on campus. The students will eat lunch either in the lunchroom or at the outside tables that we'll set up on rotation. Families who are participating at home learning for the hybrid learning days will have times that they can come to campus to pick up hot lunches. And students who are participating in the Boys and Girls Club program they will have their lunches delivered to them as well. So individual lunch is taken care of. Oh, went too fast. All right, so let's talk about the building procedures and cleaning. Mr. Smith, what do you have for us?
All right, so this again, as Principal Curtis said, we take this very seriously and we want to make sure that our staff and our students are practicing good hygiene and keeping clean. So keeping our spaces clean, we obviously are going to implement a daily cleaning practice, and that's across the campus. Again, Ms. Curtis touched on the hand sanitizing stations that are going to be placed throughout our building, and frequent cleaning of our high touch surfaces, such as the tables in the classrooms, any counter spaces, whether entering and exiting the building, the front office, etc. We're also going to be disinfecting and cleaning the outside of the playground areas. We have some playground equipment that we feel that we can clean and make sure that it's germ-free. So we want our children to be active and play, but also be safe and healthy at the same time. Wednesdays will be our deep clean days, especially those 5 PD days to start our school year, while our staff is working on preparing for the next week of school. Wednesdays will be our deep clean days, more so than any other ordinary day where we take our cleaning very seriously on campus. Wednesday will definitely be a day that we will deep clean the school. The classroom spaces will be and are designed to be cleaned frequently, and our leadership team has worked with our campus monitor and our teachers, and we're going to be practicing how to distance safely within the classrooms and make it easily to clean those classrooms once the students have left. And again, per the guidance of the governor, 50% of our room will be capacity, will be used in the classrooms and throughout the building. Our PPEs will be available, and as per the guidance of the governor, masks for students 4th grade and up will also be required to be worn at Pinecrest.
Thank you so much. And our team has worked really hard, from this leadership team, our building maintenance team, our office manager, making sure that we have thought of all of these things and have supplies ordered and ready to go. All right, Mrs. Davis, you want to walk us through what the schedule looks like for our students as they come to campus on their cohort dates for live in-person instruction? And then don't forget to unmute yourself.
It's so hard when you're trying to make sure that we're taking care of our children here at home as we remote in to deliver this presentation. So thank you for understanding. As we look at our sample schedules, you'll be able to see the elementary schedule and the middle school schedule. It's really important to us that we're educating the whole child. So you will notice that we do have specials included in our schedule. If you look closely, you will also see some time spaces that will allow us to do some of those cleaning activities that Mr. Smith just described there. We are making sure that as we move through the classroom to those special spaces, that we are following our distance guidelines to make sure that we've separated the schedules so that we don't have people in the hallways at those times, so we can rotate that.
Awesome, thank you so much. And I know you're working with the grade levels to talk about what that morning meeting looks like. We focus on our explicit SEL instruction and giving our students tools to self-manage and to advocate for themselves and find their voice. So we really appreciate that. Thank you. You might notice that the middle school schedule is lined out with an A day and a B day. And that rotation you have seen on the calendar sample that we went through at the beginning of the presentation. So our students in middle school participate in a alternating block rotation. So classes are 85 minutes long and they participate in 4 classes each day, and it rotates every other day. So for the 2 days that students are on campus, they'll rotate through all 8 of their classes. So let's talk about academics and our curriculum. So what makes Pinecrest unique? What makes us different? Well, our iReady platform will be used to have our students take diagnostic assessments at the beginning of the year. So as soon as our students come in, teachers have baseline knowledge of where they are in terms of math and reading achievement. And this helps us chart the course for them, helps us set growth and stretch growth goals for our students so that we are ensuring that they continue to grow and they continue to learn. In math, we have not only our core content instruction, but our ST math program is a integrated games program that it's a non-verbal way for students to understand math concepts, and is learning math but makes it really fun. So we're very excited about all the ways that our math curriculum meets the needs of all of our learners. Again, our model allows for students to continue to participate in their specials classes, and this is so important to us. This music class, art class, STEAM, our media literacy class, and our PE classes, this is what makes our school a STEAM school. It's what makes Pinecrest different, and we are so excited. We have our amazing founding faculty in each of these special areas. They've been all thinking diligently about what the curriculum will look like and how they can keep the classroom environment safe and healthy while students rotate through these classes every day. So we're so excited that as part of this hybrid model, we still get to offer those special classes for our students. In English language arts, we'll focus on reading and writing integrated across the content area. So even in our STEM scope science curriculum, the students have a tremendous capacity to focus on expository writing, inquiry-based writing. They'll explore narrative writing in their social studies integrated curriculum. And our focus is on really making our students and developing skills for our students that allow them to utilize all of the different discipline areas and to express themselves and to be thinkers and writers. And we're very excited about our ELA programming this year. So that is our presentation to you. That is us sharing with you our plan. There is a written PDF document that's attached to this that has all kind of more in-depth version of everything that we went over, plus an FAQ section for some of those things that you might be thinking right now. I would encourage you to please read through that and check those FAQs. And after doing so, I'm sure you still have questions and there's still thoughts. And I want you to know that all of us on this team are here. We really value building relationships with you, and we understand that this is a frustrating time, and that there are some things that you probably have to think about and that you're working through, and we are here to help answer your questions. We're here to help navigate those conversations with you, and we're here to help support you and your student and really make sure that you feel confident, that your students are confident in the plan that you have coming into August, and that we've given you all of the tools that you need to move forward and to prepare. So here's our email addresses. So all of us that are here today, and then Sunday Iyer wasn't able to join us today. She's our ELL coordinator and instructional support, our teacher's coach, and is a great contact for all things pertaining to curriculum. So feel free to reach out if you have questions more specific to any of these areas. Reach out directly to the leadership team member responsible for oversight of those areas. You can always reach out to us. I communicate a lot via Facebook as well, so send me a message. Happy to connect with you. Really want to make sure